today I'm joined by a really good friend of mine, an incredible business coach and mentor, Stephen Brown. Stephen, thanks so much for joining me.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me here.
We've been friends for a number of years. You've helped me and our business in a number of ways. How do you think small to medium-sized businesses can affect change by making sort of incremental changes?
Okay, so one of the things I'm talking considerably about this year is what can you do to be 1% better in every single thing you do every day? Because cumulatively, that will make a massive, massive difference if you can do it. Just look at your processes, look at your systems and think, right, what's that one thing that I can do better, whatever it is. So it could be, we're talking about videos today. So what's the one thing you can do better on your video? Is it actually just to get started? Because some of you may not even get started. Okay. So just get started, pick up your phone and record a video. 1%. Do it the next day. It's going to be better. But it's about consistency. So my favorite C word is about being consistent. And you need to be consistent every single day. You've got a good friend, Jim Parker.
I have. Yeah. He's going to be on the podcast soon. He's coming all the way from Fife to be
amazing. So he walks down his high street. Everybody knows him as Mr. Fife. Okay. Didn't happen overnight.
Nope.
He didn't just say, right, I'm going to do one video and then the world of Fife is going to absolutely love me. He's been consistent day in, day out, and he's got the most incredible amount of followers. He gets the most amount of, you look at the YouTube views, incredible. He's created his own podcast or podcasts.
Yeah, multiple,
but
yeah.
He is consistent. It's like me, with my 10 bellies going on the floor. What are you laughing at?
I wasn't laughing. I wasn't laughing.
You're not meant to laugh at that.
Hey, you are.
Thank you.
I'm not laughing.
Okay.
You are one of the most active people I know.
It's like me I'm going to do one press up and think, hey, my 10 bellies are gone.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
No.
Maybe if I do it consistently for about 25 years,
yeah,
maybe I'll get down to 8 bellies. I don't know.
Mate, I'd need to do a lot in a minute.
But you've got to be consistent in doing it. It's not just about doing it once.
100%.
You've got to do it. And then think about, what are the material that you're going to post out there. And I think the big thing with video is how many people it can get you in front of, and it's massive. And so would you prefer to make 10 calls in an hour, or would you prefer to be viewed by 10,000 people in an hour? I know what I would prefer. So for me, video is about doing it consistently, getting your message out there, actually helping your community, adding value. There are so many businesses at the moment that are really, really struggling. And if you can go in and you can tell them about the business. So I remember another good friend of yours, Mr. Peter Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you've done some great work with Peter.
About 5 years, I think.
Yeah. And I remember Peter going down into the local art gallery and doing a great video of that art gallery. But what people didn't realize was that art gallery actually sold art. People didn't realize that. And, the interview was, oh, so what do you do? And talked about the gallery. And by the way, I sell the pieces. Well, this guy's business went through the roof as a result of that one video. Now, if you're an estate agent watching this, that person is then going to be a raving fan. He's then going to recommend Pete and everybody else to say, look, you know what, go and use this estate agent. So actually, even though Pete was helping his local community, it's benefited him. And I know Pete wouldn't have done that to get the resulting business. Pete's gone at it as, I just want to help that business. And I think so many businesses at the moment, with what's going on with the cost of living crisis, need help. And I think if you, whether you're an agent, whether you're another business, can involve other people, that will make a difference. And that's a small increment, that's going to help you, that's going to help the other business, going to help the community.
That's that sort of 1% incremental change. You're working with a number of businesses all the time. What sort of things are you seeing coming forward now in 2023 as sort of not necessarily best practice, but things that you've seen a step change?
Look, I think it's knowing what you're going to say. So at the moment, the property market has changed. And there's a lot of, I suppose, what's actually going on in your area. And if you read the news, all we hear is that house prices are going to drop 20, 25, 30%, 35%. Interest rates are going up. So if I was an agent or maybe a business, I'll be sharing in my local market what's going on. Tell people what's going on.
Be relevant to your
Yeah,
local area.
yeah, because that's nationally what we're seeing. Locally, it can be very, very different. So locally, maybe the market's just as busy as it was last year. And as agents, you have to give that reassurance as to what's going on. And you can tell people what's going on in the area. If it's me and I'm new to the area and I don't know Grantham, for example, a little video of the area.
Yeah.
Where's the great places to go? Where's the dog walks? Be very relevant. So again, use video on Facebook groups.
You'd been doing a little bit of video content yourself for your business, but now with a couple of campaigns that you've been doing, charitable campaigns that you've been doing, computers for schools and now stationery for schools. Phenomenal, by the way. And if anyone's got any spare stationery that they want to donate, please get in touch. You've raised over £100,000 now, right?
£130,000 and 1,274 tablets and laptops being distributed to schools throughout the UK.
That's incredible. Incredible, yeah. And that's following, that's in the memory of your late wife. To try and continue, her memory and then a bit of positive legacy, which is fantastic. When we started talking at the top of the COVID pandemic, you were doing a little bit of video content. Now I consistently see, and we were talking about consistency earlier in the podcast, but consistently see little bits of video content from you with quick tips, bits about your campaigns and whatever, and you're always doing it. Did you find it hard to start with video content to get going? I mean, I know you stand up in front of rooms of people and talk to them about business growth and development, but it is a little bit different.
It is when you've got a face for radio.
I know.
Oh, and you're laughing again. Oh my word! I haven't come on this podcast to be insulted. That's twice.
I know. I was only laughing because it was funny, not because you've got a face for radio. But yeah.
No, I suppose I've got to practice what I preach.
Yeah.
So if I'm out on the field and I'm talking about actually, do you know what? Video content is really important. Why is it really important? If I'm not doing that content, then how can I be relevant to the people and say you've got to do it?
But did you find it hard to get going? Were you nervous about it, or you could be honest and say no?
Okay, so from my perspective, you mentioned my late wife,
Yeah.
Sam. Nothing matters. The only thing that matters to me is that I really wish Sam's here and she's not going to be back. So do I care? No. Do I care what people think about me? No. I just do it because life's too short.
Yeah.
But that's my
your journey, yeah,
and
your take.
And that's the reason why. So I know, because I do a lot of training, that you discuss about it and people, it is hard, and there's no denying it. And I mean, another good friend, Michelle Gallagher, Michelle's early videos compared to where they were.
Yeah.
But she started, and there's a saying, just hit record. And in fact, I've just come back from a training session today and we were talking about this. If you keep on doing the same things and you never change, you're going to be left behind. Okay. At least try it.
Yeah.
But don't just try it once like my press ups.
Of course.
Try it more and more and more.
Yeah.
And you'll find it gets easier the more you do it. So professionals practice before they play. They keep on practicing. So practice to yourself. Send yourself a video. You're going to find it strange at first. Oh my word! You may not like I hate my voice.
I quite like your voice.
It's very kind of you. So you're getting back here. You're getting back now.
I laughed at the face for radio, but it's 2-1.
2-1 now. Okay. Can you bring it back? Can you bring it back to 2-2? Can you make it 3-2?
Yeah, mate. I'll drop it back after the podcast. Okay, there you go.
We're 2-2 now. We're 2-2 now. So is it hard? Yes, of course it is hard. But just do it. Try it. If you don't try it, you're always gonna wonder.
And we've got friends and colleagues and people that people like Adam Mackay. He's a great example because he made over 100 pieces of video content for his business and was too nervous to press publish. And these are bits of content that he's shot, edited, they're done the perfect or perceptionally perfect, whatever, and they didn't get posted, and for whatever reason, that fear of whatever that might be, negative comments or lack of views. And actually that's the worst thing that can happen, really, that people don't watch it.
If people don't watch it, that's their choice. The way I look at it, if I can help one person, then it's going to make a massive difference. So you have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable, and you have to do things that you really don't want to do. and video is one of the quickest and easiest way to get your message out there with Facebook to everybody. So the question I would pose to everybody is, why wouldn't you do it? Like most things, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. You know, going back to Michelle's first videos, tough.
Mm.
You know, and we all look at it. My first and still my videos are excruciating, painful for many people, but I keep on doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, because I look at it as that I'm helping people. I'm trying to add value. I'm trying to make a difference. And that's why I would look at, you know, viewing it. So your mindset is very important. So just think, you know what, actually, what's this going to do? Well, it's going to benefit my local area, my local audience. It's going to help them. I'm going to make a difference.
So your top 3 tips then would be consistency, solid community message, and being interested and relevant to your local market. It doesn't make any odds whether it's property or banking or finance.
No.
If you do those 3 things, if you are interested in your local market, people will be interested in you. If you do community-based content that is of value and of interest to people, you will get the views. And if you're consistently posting that content on social channels in whatever format, but video preferably, you'll see an uptick in business, right?
100%. Well summed up.
Thanks, mate. Stephen, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you coming and being on the podcast. And I wish you even more success in the future.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to be a guest.